Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Two Tired Parents podcast. I'm Myles Weber.
I'm Heather Weber.
And we are tired.
Oh, yeah.
So very tired. so excruciatingly tired between you growing human, almost popping, and then we're moving this weekend. Mm-hmm. We are excruciatingly tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's accurate.
Among many other things, but yeah.
Among many other things. Yeah. Tired is the adjective that we're going to harp on the most today. Mm-hmm. But we should also harp on something else because we do have a guest today.
Harp away.
I'm going to harp away. Our guest today has been a legend in the stand-up comedy and improv space in the greater Bay Area, but also the rest of the country for a long-ass time. So I don't use the term legend lightly. And some of you may know her as the Pine Sol Lady of those famous ads from back in the day. We have the wonderfully delightful and talented Diane Amos here. Thank you, Diane, for coming today.
Oh, my pleasure. Absolutely.
Yeah. We appreciate it. I mean, like, when we think about parenting, we're just like, oh, yeah. I mean, like, we've spent enough comedy days with your family.
Hello. You did it. That's right. That's right.
So, yeah.
I always know I have a home at Comedy Day.
Yes,
like, if he's busy doing his thing.
Definitely.
Yeah. For people listening, Comedy Day is the thing that they do in Golden Gate Park every September.
Yeah.
And
Robin Williams Meadow?
It's in Robin Williams Meadow in Golden Gate Park, and it's from noon to like 5.
September 14th this year.
Okay, September 14th.
Yes.
See, this year I didn't reach out to Debbie about doing it because we have...
You're a little busy.
A little busy.
And a little tired.
Yeah, and a little tired. Baby due date is around that time, and I was
That's
like,
right.
ooh, I don't want to commit and have to bow.
I also don't want to be in San Francisco
And we don't want to be in
around
San
my
Francisco.
due date and
Yeah.
get stuck there.
Yeah, no, we don't want
Wholeheartedly.
that.
Granted, at least at Comedy Day, I feel like the odds are in my favor that there's a doctor there.
There will be.
Very true.
Yes, very
And
true.
you see yourself right up the block.
Yes, yes. And there's going to be a burrito truck there as well. So, I mean, like, you get the doctor treatment, you get the burrito on the way to the hospital, you're good to go.
Eat during labor.
That's how you got to do it.
That's a game changer.
That is how you got to do it. Absolutely. But no, so Comedy Day, they get thousands of people that come out to the Meadow and they watch a bunch of, I think, like 40 stand-up comics do sets all day long. But anytime that we do it, your family is always there supporting
there.
on the side. And so it's a treat to have like you, and there have been years where Robin's been there as well. And they get to just kind of hang out with your family at the side.
It's good.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a lovely family.
Thank you.
An
I
absolutely
agree.
fantastic family. So, I mean, why don't you tell us a little bit about like your journey into parenting? you
So
know?
I feel like I wanted to be a mom since I was, 5 or 6 years old.
Oh, wow.
Like all I thought about was, I can't wait to be a mom. And I got a baby sister when I was 5. And actually, due to extreme poverty, really, I ended up pretty much taking care of her while my mom worked 2 jobs. This is in Indianapolis, Indiana. So I got my mom thing going really soon. And we're talking back when there was no Pampers. There was pins, safety pins, and
Yeah.
diapers and bottles and all
You had
that.
to wash them.
Yes, that's
it was
right.
cloth
And
diapers.
cloth diapers, yes. So I was doing that at 5 already for my sister and really totally enjoyed it. So by the time I was a young woman, my maternal clock was just banging me over the head. And I was with a boyfriend I was with for a long time, thought he would be the father of my kids. No. So after that breakup, I was like waking up mad every day, and I thought, you know what? I'm moving to Hawaii.
Wow.
That's the answer to that, right?
I really want
need
kids.
some-
I'm going to
I
Hawaii.
need some tropics, right? I need some just kickback. And I talked to this woman from Hawaii that came to the dress shop I was running for large size women. And she said, oh, just come to Hawaii and put it out there to the goddesses that you want a baby. And I was like, I can do that, right? And so I swear to you, me and my roommate, who had that time a 5-year-old, we moved to Maui. And I was just so happy to not be where he was anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And to be that kind of tropic calm, right?
Yeah.
And I remember the day that I met my son's dad because there was a little girl that was on the beach every day when we were there. And she started coming home with us. And you know, where do you live? We're 5 doors up from the laundromat in Paia on Maui. And that's how that's how he would come get her.
Yeah.
His name is Terry. And the first time we sat down and talked, he told me his daughter's birth story. I don't know any men that tell their birth stories.
Hello, new human. Let me tell
Right,
you
I
this
was like,
story.
oh, so it's you.
Yeah.
Right? So really, long story made short, I just kind of put into motion in my head in my wants that this kid very well be the father. He's kind, very handsome,
Yeah.
green eyed. You know, he's an electrician. He's a surfer. He's smart, and he seemed like a perfect candidate to me. So yeah, one time out, bam,
That was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
got
wow.
pregnant. By the next time we were together, I was already pregnant, and I was so happy. And I told him, "You can do as much as you little as you want in this child's life, because I got this." And I'm just so happy. I was like thrilled beyond belief to be a single mom. I wasn't afraid of it.
Wow.
Because I was raised by, well, a single mom kind of. I was raised in the gay
Totally.
community with my mom, who's a lesbian. So I had two moms at one point, or just mom, however that was running. So I didn't have a fear of it.
Yeah.
And I was thrilled. And my son was born on Maui in my house, in my bed, with a fabulous, midwife who I saw on the beach. And all these kids kept running up to her, and I was like, huh. And and she's a white woman, and like brown kids, white kids, all these kids run up to her. And I said, who is that woman? They said, oh, she's the lead midwife on the island. I said, of course she is. But all them kids were hers,
Wow.
right? Because black husbands. So she got every shade of black and white that you could see. All of them were. I said, oh, magic, right?
Yeah.
And so I delivered him at home with a bevy of friends and my sister there on the island. Linda Hill, one of my favorite comedians, was there. And it was just the start of exactly where I wanted to be parenting.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it was so
Hawaii.
cool.
Hawaii had all the
Hawaii.
answers.
It really, really did for me. It was a great part of my life. Yeah, I was 28 or something.
Yeah.
And it was just perfect. And so he got to have the benefit of listening to a cacophony of birds in the morning as he nursed. And, then we go to the beach and we're home by noon. Come on.
Yeah.
Because that's when the sun's crazy.
Yeah.
And just a really fabulous, relaxed start to his life. And he's still like that. He's chill.
amazing.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I think when you are right, imagine when you're pregnant in Hawaii, because so much of the kid's energy is based off of your energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's set up for success.
We really had just such a
And
great
those
time.
first few years are so foundational to their
Yes.
personality. Like, we're only realizing that in more recent years. Because I remember back in the day, it was just like, the first few years, I'm not going to remember. What are you doing? Anything
Oh,
with that?
no.
And that's such a lie.
It's
like,
total lie.
You're in layering and embedding their subconscious.
Yes. And
of who
I
they
decided
are.
as a woman in this country who does not support, families that way early on,
Yeah.
I was going to go on welfare and be home with my kid in his early years. And I
amazing.
did exactly that. And I always had a plan. I think my social workers kind of knew I had a plan.
Yeah.
And, I just went right on through and had a lovely thing. I met my husband when he was 3, when my son was 3, and he is meant just like the most fantastic father.
Yeah.
And realized, I'm scooping these two up. And we've been together now 36 years. We have a daughter who's 28.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, the second time around, all I was hoping for was a girl.
Oh, man.
I'm a Libra. I just wanted to balance that stuff
Oh,
out.
of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And he was so joyous being a father to my son already that I knew this was going to be just wonderful. And it was great to have a father in the house because I didn't grow up with that at all.
Yeah.
So
You're like,
that was
"This
my
is
greatest
new."
gift, right? To see what
Yeah.
a dad does in the house and how the kids feel with a dad in the house. It's so awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
I also love the concept of a island midwife.
Oh.
Like, just one lady on the island.
Yeah,
Oh, I
well, there was
love
a couple.
that.
She was the main one.
Yeah.
And I did part of my labor at the beach, with the fish swimming all around me in this little
You're
tide
speaking
pool.
to her right now.
Oh, it was
Let's go.
so awesome.
I'm out.
Quick.
Bye.
yeah.
You mean Fairfield and Hawaii aren't the same?
I know I can't get on a plane right now, but let's drive to San Diego. I don't know. What's close?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the San Francisco Bay at this point. Not
There's
as
nothing
nice.
relaxing about that beach.
No.
Let's be honest.
Not as nice. Not quite as nice as Hawaii.
Not
No.
quite.
That's amazing.
Also, I'm like San Diego. I feel like is about as close as like a warm
Probably.
beach as we're gonna get.
True,
that
true.
that I can't get on a plane for. So,
Very true.
so I'm a water baby. I love
I hear
water.
you.
I love the beach. I love everything about it. Her name's gonna be River, and I really need her to have some water energy
yeah.
because he doesn't and our son doesn't. So
I mean, when you speak to being a Libra and the balance of things, I mean, we're going to be a balanced household because,
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's me and my son who are both Sagittariuses and Virgo, and then we're going to have another Virgo baby. And so it's just like boy, girl,
Boom.
Even the dogs, boy, girl, like
Got it.
and we're done. So yeah, absolutely. So there is balance,
Yeah.
wholeheartedly. Were there? I mean, since you were so primed at a young age to be a mom, was there anything that when you actually were a mom that surprised you?
Well, interestingly enough, because I didn't grow up around men, I didn't know a lot about boys. You know, that whole what is that, right?
Yeah.
And so I was nervous with my mom, like, I don't know, and she said, just talk to him the way you would talk to a daughter, like just fully engage. And that will help your son to be open and to be able to talk about his feelings and emotions and that kind of thing. And I thought, well, that's really good advice. And there were things that surprised me, like that I thought I would know as a grown woman. Like he's cloth diapers and we're outside, and he kept waking up with his chest wet. And I'm like, what is going on, right? And my midwife said, did you point his penis down? No. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just the smallest things. I was like, well, that works fine now.
I mean,
right?
for his sake, we'll say it's the medium sizest thing.
I was like, oh my God, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to point it down.
Got a point. Didn't think
point
about
it
that. But I think being single at that time, it was just how you have to really be on their schedule in a very basic way. I mean, they go to sleep at a certain time. My mom sleep when the baby sleeps. You're tempted to do things. No,
Sure.
when he's taking that with him, and just kind of let your life flow together so that you can meld into each other's space.
I mean, that's what we wish we'd have with it, but now we're on second baby. So that's just a lot of like, there's already one here.
That's right.
And so it's going to be dictated by like the both of them
Yeah.
to some degree. So
And they
yeah.
need different things, so it'll work out.
Yeah.
Plus, he's gonna be big bro.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so
excited.
I
He's
know,
so
I see it
excited.
on
like-
Facebook. Oh,
It's
my
funny
goodness.
because everything I post is so real of how excited he is.
Yeah.
He's like, he can't be. I'm like, he
is.
all last year he was asking for a sister. And so we didn't tell him I was pregnant until we found out the gender, just so we knew for sure. But also I was talking to other parents like, oh, if you tell them before they know the gender, then they have their hopes one way. And so
Right.
if you can just be like, nope, this is what it is, then,
Yeah.
there's less anger
Yes.
about
Yeah.
it. And
So he's excited.
yeah, when we felt like right when we read that it was a girl, I'm like,
Yeah, he looks
just
so
for
delighted.
his sake, his sake of just he wants a sister.
I did not
so
find
bad.
out with either of my kids.
Surprise.
Oh, did not want to know. But there was, to me, the magic of meeting your child was too much. It was too wonderful.
That makes sense.
It's one of the few surprises we have left.
Yeah.
You can find out everything,
You can.
And so that was one thing I just didn't want to know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. No, we like knowing.
And the,
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the
I
Virgo in
totally
me
get
needs a
it.
plan.
I totally get it.
The
Yeah.
Virgo in me
And this
needs
was a long time
plan.
ago. My son just turned 40.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I also couldn't imagine, like in this case of not knowing, but already having Robin, like, and him not knowing
that's
for
really
so
great.
long. Of
Yeah,
like
for
that
him.
would be hard for him to be like,
True.
I don't know what it is. So.
Right.
Oh yeah, no, he has a little play kitchen, and so he's cooking her food,
Of course.
feeding her through my belly button. So she's been having a lot of lobster because
her.
she's bougie already.
Yeah. He's like, here's a lobster. And
Big
I'm
Bo
like,
spoiling me.
Yeah. Yeah. Go get the butter.
Well, he
homie.
keeps asking me, I'm like, I don't know how to cook a lobster, so
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Just want to serve it.
Yeah. Just likes to serve it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same type of thing.
But yeah, he has a diaper on his baby doll, and so he's been practicing like diaper changing, and so
that is
yeah.
As
so
much as he
thrilling.
can focus, we're trying to like, come on, man. Like, have you changed your diaper today?
Okay.
Everything's probably dirty. We
The
gotta,
hard thing is when he picks her up, it's just like by the arm with
Yeah.
the doll, and I'm like, we got to work on like neck support, but you
sure.
know,
support the head, man.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what did balance look like for you though at that point, as far as like work life and
Yeah,
baby
so
life?
when my son was 8, I became the Pine Sol lady. That was
That's
1993. Yes.
Wow.
And so all of a sudden, I mean, I had a lot of local recognition because I'd just been working in the Bay Area for so
Sure.
long. But that kind of recognition, as opposed to on TV every damn day for years, was very different.
Especially in the 90s.
Oh my goodness!
because
yes.
everybody's just watching
Black-
what's on the TV.
Yes, and here you got a spokesperson who's black, big, braids, gap teeth, big old titties. People were like, "What?" Right?
Yeah.
But they were ready because they were ready for real people
Yeah.
to be on television, you know?
Yes.
And I was not a white woman in a long dress saying, "Look at my floor." You know, she didn't mop that floor. Right? So I looked like I might actually mop that floor. And so my son was, he was proud and he was like, "Wow, this is cool," My daughter, on the other hand, who's 11 and a half years behind him, she was not that good on sharing. She was like, that's my mom. Or she would say, I'm Cassie. Her name is Cassandra Pearl, after my mom's name was Pearl.
Okay.
And so we called her Cassie P. And she would go to people, they would introduce themselves to me, and she'd go, I'm Cassie P. I'm her daughter, right?
You
And
should know who I am, too.
Yes, but they had to share me on so many levels. Like I couldn't go anywhere really, grocery store, anywhere I went without pictures and autographs and, time invested in people that I don't know.
Yeah.
So in general, they took it pretty well. And balance at that time was me and my husband, who's a musician and a writer and an actor too. We would sometimes meet on Market Street and pass Cassie off to the next car while he would go to audition or I go home, while we were working our audition lives and all that back when we used to go audition.
Yeah.
And so it works well. People think it's a hard thing to be an actor with babies, but it's not, because we only gig when we gig.
Yeah.
We have a lot of time with our kids.
Yeah.
So it was actually pretty fabulous. But, we definitely had to work, get childcare, no childcare, gone and be gone for a week, doing this and that. But that's why you keep your village strong.
The village is so crucial.
Yeah, we never left them
clutch.
with anyone that we didn't love enough to say that if something bad happens,
Yeah.
we know they did their absolute best. Right? And no questions about that.
Yes.
Until,
Yeah.
especially until before they can talk.
Oh yeah.
So balance for us was having our village be amazing.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I agree with what you spoke to about like the job that we have being so unique. It's just like if you can figure out the odd hours of when the work happens,
Yes.
everything else in between can be really devoted to being around the kids.
It really
And so
can.
that's something I wouldn't trade for anything.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like where I've kind of made the joke this year of just like I'm kind of stuck.
Right.
Because like where I'm standing right now, people are like, well, if you have a bad month, why don't you get a job? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Because like where I'm at right now, on a bad month, I make about as much as all those jobs would start.
That's right.
And I get to be home more.
That's
And
right.
so it's just like then we're outsourcing to nannies and
And
things like
childcare
that.
and all that.
And we're not doing all that. So it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah.
And so I'm very much so grateful to be kind of stuck.
Yes.
That it's like
Stuck in a happy
all right,
place.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been around Robin most of his life, and so but inversely now that when I do have to go away for work, he's
Yeah.
starting to get sad. And
Yeah.
just
Well, and
like-
and because we do go to a friend's daycare once a week, and so
Yeah.
he's been doing that for most of this year. We're on a break right now because,
it-
but in that, I think it was this last trip when he went to Washington, and he was really upset that Myles had to leave.
Yeah.
And it's hard because he doesn't have a lot of friends when they don't talk about like, oh, their parents have 9-to-5 jobs. He doesn't know what
Right.
that is.
Yeah.
And so like it's hard to try and explain to him like you're still really lucky. Like you get your
Yeah.
parents a lot.
Yeah.
But it's a weird thing of when he does have to leave, or like we're working in the office at home. And so
Yeah.
it's a hard thing for him to navigate.
well, and that's what he equates to work.
I can remember my son's friends coming over and going, "Your mom cooks like every day?" And we're like, "Yeah, don't you eat every day?" And like, "No." My parents are, "Oh, we have this or that." So we get a lot of time at home to be, with our babies.
And that is so important for the developmental stages
Yeah.
and just the relationship and the bond.
And I see you take Robin with you. I take my kids
yeah.
everywhere, movie sets,
Yeah.
comedy shows and all that, so that they understand this is what I'm doing when I'm not with you.
Yeah.
This is theater, this is comedy, this is storytelling, which I'm doing now and loving.
Oh, yeah.
And movie sets, and you need to know how to act on all these places.
Yeah.
Because that's where mom is.
Yeah.
So, and they love it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, loved it.
He is now when he comes to comedy shows. It's like if he doesn't get to go on stage and tell his joke,
He's upset.
furious.
He's
That's
upset.
so
yeah.
great.
Furious, yeah. I caught him sleeping one night because it was way past his bedtime and he was on her lap out. And I was like, all right, let me just close the show out. I was like, thank you, good night. As soon as he heard me say good night to everybody, he woke up.
Daddy.
Oh, he was furious. And I was like, hold on, time out, encore. Everybody sit
Ran
down.
up on stage.
Right.
Come
Oh,
on,
that's
kiddo, let's
so
go.
great.
And he ran up on stage and he was so stressed out because he thought that I forgot about him. He forgot his joke. And so I had to feed him a joke in his ear and he said the joke and it was fine. But now it's just like
We've created a monster.
We've created a monster.
Between
where
that
it's like-
and he's done dance a good chunk this year, and so he's danced on stage at shows, and so he will do something on stage. We
Having
don't know
creative
what it is.
parents is certainly a gift.
Well,
It is.
and to him, that's what work is.
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah.
weird to him when he hears other kids just like, well, what does your mom do for work? What? Like
Yeah.
he doesn't understand.
Well, and
they're
between-
not being funny too.
Right.
Like,
Well, and between Myles and then our circle, like Chelsea's his godmother,
Yes,
and so she
yes.
tells, and so there is like a lot of people in our circle
For sure.
that have the same work, and so he's very confused when like, oh, you mean you don't make people laugh for work? That's weird. So it's interesting.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
it throws him for a loop sometimes. He's still wrapping his mind around a lot of things, but just like work and what it is. But he did
sure.
ask us recently. He's just like, "What am I going to do for work?" And we're like, "You need to be a kid.
Figure it out.
You
Wait
just be
until
a
it's
kid right
time.
now.
Yeah.
Have fun, enjoy yourself,
Yeah.
learn the things that make you a human.
Yeah.
Work will come later. What's
right.
important for you right now is to just be a kid
Yeah.
as unapologetically as you possibly can."
Amen to that, y'all.
Well, and that's been
Yeah.
like I think the hard thing because he wants to help so much at home.
Everything.
He insists on he feeds the dogs. If I'm emptying the dishwasher and loading it, he wants to, and I
Yes.
love it.
Yes.
But I also like the other night he was playing with his food, and I'm like, let him play with his food because he's still 3 and he has
Yeah.
so many different things he's already
Yeah.
taken on in the house.
That's right.
That I still want him to still be a kid and find time to have a kid, be a
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
So
I've been actively reminding myself a lot recently of like he's never gonna be this young again.
Oh, that's true.
So I'll just now and
the
she
wants just change as they
yeah,
get older.
and she complimented me that yesterday, just like, hey, you've really been here this week.
Like, mentally, presently.
Like
Yeah.
you've really been here, and I've noticed that you've been more present with him and everything. And because I've been thinking about that recently, and I'll just catch myself staring at him and just giggling, just
Yeah,
like, and he'll be
yeah.
like, "Why are you laughing at me?" And I'm like, "Cause you're funny."
Yeah.
Like, what did I do? I'm like, "You're just being you." So
Yeah.
like, you're
It's
just
all
funny.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'll sit there and just marvel at him because I'm just like, he's never gonna be this little.
and
That's
he's
right.
such an amazing kid.
He
Like,
is.
we have
I have to
really
say.
lucked out. He's
yeah.
such an amazing
He's
kid.
the best. Yeah.
And so it's finding that balance for him of like, I love that you want to do everything around the house, and I know he's going to want to help out with her, but inversely, like how you raised your sister, right, sister? I don't want him to feel like River's his, you know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
want
that's
that.
a whole different can of beans.
Yeah.
But I definitely empowered my son when he was 7 to learn how to run the washing machine.
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
like, I wanted to wear my green overalls. I said, well, did you put them in the dirty clothes hamper? We had a conversation about this. He was like, yeah. I said, well, that's where you put them. Let me know you want to wear them and you tell me. I said, do you want to know how to run the washing machine? He goes,
He's like, yeah.
really? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So we went out there, had that whole lesson. He has been doing his laundry since he was 7. We were sitting inside the house, me and 3 moms, and him and his buddies out front playing. He ran in, and goes, what are you doing, Kelvin? He goes, I was putting in my second load of laundry, and the moms all went, like, second load of laundry? I'm like, oh yeah. Right, because he was empowered to run a machine.
Yes.
And could do it on his own. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what,
Yeah,
we're-
work towards it. It'll stick.
Well, she has him coming to the kitchen. You want to
Yeah.
help us cook? Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, he's
alright.
been cooking since he was like 1 and a
Recycling
half.
stuff. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And I mean,
absolutely.
We got
and-
grandbabies cooking. We're doing it.
Yep.
Well, and
Yeah, for
he's
sure.
really empowered by it. And even like with the dishwasher, because he gave me a funny look one day. He was helping me empty the dishwasher, and I let him do the steak knives. And we just went over knife safety. And I told Myles, I'm like, I'd rather him know how,
Yeah.
like the safety and like the danger of it, than to just one day have it and not know what it can
That's
do.
right. That's
and
right.
so he knows how to grab the steak knives, hand them to me, and I'm like, he should. He should. I'd rather him know that than not know it.
Right
Yeah.
on, mama.
Yeah, I know.
So-
We're over here doing the
Working
work.
it out.
Because I mean, like, it's just such a different household than what I was accustomed to growing up, which is just like, I mean, I feel like it was like my mom's stress level of just having to work all day and then take care of the house afterwards. It was just her compartmentalizing
Yeah.
for the sake of just like,
Yeah.
I just can't deal with this right now. Justifiably so, because the amount of patience it takes to like make sure they're doing it right.
Yes,
be
and to let
able
them do it at their own speed.
It's
Yes.
so hard.
They got to
Everything's
slow
slower.
down.
So
Yeah.
hard, but I mean, like to that effect, I was an adult when I learned how to cook, laundry,
Right.
clean, do
Yeah, I
everything
made
like
sure I was
that,
gonna
you
make
know?
that mistake.
So see, so there's so much empowerment to like letting them do their own thing and teaching them, hey, this is
Yeah.
how you're self-sufficient. This is
Yeah.
how you do certain things. So yeah, no, it for sure is a thing that is very, very helpful. You did mention that you have grandbabies.
I do.
Yes. How many grandkids do you have?
I have 3.
There you go.
So my 11-year-old grandson is just started junior high.
Oh wow.
Ooh, yeah, baby. Here we go. Big
awkward
11,
time in
right?
life, right?
It really is. He's so funny, and he's just kind of this delightful kid. I can remember one time the police were at our house. They had driven our daughter home. She had a little incident at the wharf, and so they drove her home. And he was about 6 at the time, maybe. He asked the police if they had any stickers. And he said, "Oh, I gave them all to your auntie. Maybe she'll give you some." He goes, "Okay." Well, there was a song that came out. Wee you, wee you, wee, wee you, wee you, wee, wee you, wee you, wee. He sang that to the police, did the little dance, the little wiggly hips and everything, and they had to laugh. I mean, it was like,
of course,
that kid he's just so on it. And he's always been funny. And, there's a whole mixed race thing too. So, my son is half black, half white. So he's a quarter black, blonde as hell, blue eyes. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't know that, but there's that side of him, and there's those pieces of him. And we're his grandparents, and so all this plays into it. And then my son married this amazing woman from England, and she's a quarter black. So they're babies, twins, a boy and a girl. And one of them looks like me when I was a little girl. The other one looks like you.
Wow.
Or just like his mom. I mean, just dark hair and brown eyes. And they're so different and so amazing at the same time.
That's awesome.
Watching the girl-boy thing and how they, she does everything first. And then he'll do it when he's ready.
Yeah.
Or he sees her doing, like even with potty training, she would go on the potty and then get a treat. He's like, "Well, I want a treat." Right? Well, you have to go potty. And he's like, "Oh,
I got you."
Right, so let's figure that out. And their grandparents have very heavy English accents.
Yeah.
He has the accent, she doesn't. Right? She'll come in. "Dad, can I have some toast?" And he'll come, "Dad, I want toast. Go top with some jam." And I'm like, "Oh, wow," right? So it's kind of fabulous just to see how together they are as twins and how separate they are as people.
Yeah,
It's
that's
lovely.
so cool.
Yeah.
How old are they? Did you say
4? They just
4?
turned 4.
I was going to say, I think they're just a
Yeah,
little
just
bit
a little
older
bit
than
older than
Robin.
Robin.
Yeah, because we would talk about it. I think when I was pregnant, you were talking to me about it. Yeah.
Same age.
Oh, I love that.
That's
That's
amazing.
amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and they're just delightful. So
Are there any things about grandparenting that you found to be like less stressful or different than parenting?
yeah. Simply because you get, when you start your family, you're starting your legacy. But when your kids have kids, you're like, if I hadn't done that, there wouldn't be no you.
Yeah.
And so your legacy just becomes this beautiful source of pride and joy because they're here. And the love is amazing, like just so great. And they don't live with you. So when they're in your home and learning your stuff that goes on at your house as opposed to theirs, it's like a new set of things. And yet they go home with their parents, and you get to sit back and think about what a great day you have with your grandbabies, or you keep them overnight, whatever you're doing. It's just so fulfilling. I can't even tell you the joy I feel about the grandkids.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's so good.
Were you there for any of their births?
Yes.
Okay.
Both of them. The grandson, we were there. And then the twins, yes. And I had to talk my way into that because it was right after the pandemic. So you really were supposed to only have 2 people.
Oh, yeah.
And they let, of course, her mom.
Of course.
Yes. And my son. But I applied them because they're twins. We went in on a Monday. She didn't have those babies till Wednesday. So Monday I came in with a whole lot of chocolate chip cookies that I had baked. And people came in our room. They leave laughing. They're like, "This room is so much fun." And they kind of got worried that the Ponce lady was on the ward, right? But I started talking to them in a real way about why do they feel that the son's mom is not as involved or as invested. Like, why is that a reality in this country? Like, why wouldn't both the moms be able to be there if that's really...
Yeah, as long as everybody's fine with it.
Yeah, as long as the mom's fine with it. That's starting there.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of started putting my thing in there, and they were like, "Well, we'll see," But they gave her, they said, "Well, you know what? We should probably," Wednesday after being there Monday, they said, "We should probably do an hour practice on pushing because you're getting further along, right?" So they gave first push. They said, "Oh, we've got hair. Suit up." They were sure, and that's what I said.
Like, let's go.
And they gave
They'll
me
have
a
time
suit.
to kick you out.
No, they didn't. So they suited me up, and I got to go in, and I was so unbelievably grateful.
Perfect.
UCSF, that's our spot, baby.
There you go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it was
That's
so beautiful to see
amazing.
them.
There's
born.
something to be said about having the fun room.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
You
oh
can
yeah.
get away with a lot.
You
at the
really can.
hospitals
We had
if they're
such a
like,
good
oh, it's such
time.
a treat to come into your room.
Yeah,
Like, when we
yeah.
were in Vegas, because when you gave birth to Robin, it was in Vegas, and so like, yeah, we had people who were just like, oh, well, there's a comedian.
Yeah, in
in
that
there.
room.
And one of the ladies recognized me, like one of the nurses.
so
Yeah.
And
great.
so she was just
From
like,
his dry bar, yeah.
yeah, from my dry bar special. She's like, oh yeah, no, I've seen you. Can I get a picture? I was like, yeah, just be real mindful of what's in the background of the picture.
Right.
So let's just be strategic about these angles. But
Yes.
yeah, no, totally. And so
Yeah.
then everybody just kept kind of
I
coming.
mean, even
through
like
our
because
room.
labor was so long for us,
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
nurses that didn't get to be there when he was born, like they came back the next day on their day off because they just
Yeah.
wanted to meet him.
just wanted to meet him and check in. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're
That's
just
so
like, yeah, you
beautiful.
got great parents, so
Yeah.
let's come in and
Yeah,
say
we
hey.
kept memories rolling. There was one time the nurse came in and she's talking. My son pops up. He was on the floor
Oh,
because
boy.
me and both the moms had the chair and the bed. And she goes, right, because the person behind the couch on the floor. And he's like, is this anything I need to know? And she goes, no. He goes, all right. And went back to laying down, right?
Hilarious.
And she was like, wow, that's a first. So we're just, happy to be a family.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
share
such
all
a
that
beautiful
good stuff.
thing.
It
It
I
is.
love that.
From a
too.
grandparenting perspective, how are you able? Do you find yourself trying to monitor and be supportive of the way that your kids are parenting without stepping on their toes? Is there a dance to that?
It's a small dance for me because I have to tell you, my daughter-in-law, her name is Cleo. She's phenomenal.
Okay.
Like, she's so wanted to be a mother, and she got 2 in one shot, so she a happy
So she's
dappy.
great. She's like, oh, we did
And
it.
she's so creative and patient and mindful of them. Like, they were born 20 minutes apart, and she celebrates both of their times. Like, it's just really great the way I see her do that. And my son, he's just a great dad. He's invested in his kids, and because I always tell him, you're not gonna be anybody's baby daddy. I'm not having no grandchildren out here because you're messing up. So if you choose to be a father, get ready to father, right? Because
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
your
be
job.
grandma, right?
Yeah.
And so the unit is pretty tight. And I may see things that I might suggest, like, you know what, think about it this way, or, you might want to try this. But I have such respect for the way that they've chosen to raise their kids and the way that they're doing it, that we very rarely have anything that goes anywhere near stepping on toes. And if we have anything to run by each other, we just do it. Go, maybe you want to think about doing this, or this is what I did with Kelvin, or this is, what I've seen. And we're all open and we talk about our kids.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm not gonna cry over here. It's fine. Just keep going. Ignore me. I'm not here.
No.
Like, that sounds so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's. I mean.
Yeah. Well,
That's amazing. That's amazing because it feels like it's just an expansion of the parents that they have.
yeah. it
Like,
is.
and I feel like even from the kids' perspective, like they just have more love, more options,
right.
and more like points of view on
And my son
things.
pointed out today that he expects his kids to all have different relationship with each different adult.
Yeah.
Each grandparent, each household rules, not rules, things that are, rewards, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, he, told his kids, hey, she raised me. So,
Yeah.
grandma's good. Grandpa's got it going on. And Grandpa, my husband, is a musician, so he plays all these fabulous 45s for them, and they're dancing around to old music and, just having a good time. He plays guitar, and so does her dad. I mean, so
amazing.
and she does karaoke, my daughter-in-law. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. And she's one of those people you take to karaoke, and they go, that's not fair. She can really sing. I was like, what? You're not supposed to be able to sing when you go to karaoke? She's that good, right?
Right.
And so they're up on stage singing and stuff. So we're all about inclusion and keeping the village just strong and supportive.
We're coming over because our
Yeah.
son wants to learn how to play the guitar.
Oh,
he has
yeah.
a whole music box that we've built over the last 3.5 years.
And he's getting ready to start music class.
Yeah, and he's starting music
Oh, that's
classes.
so
But I mean, so he
exciting.
has his own little drums, but he also plays. I got Myles electric drums last year for Christmas.
Yeah.
I played drums for a long time, so I'm
yeah.
trying to get back into it.
Oh, right on.
We're gonna start a family band.
Yeah.
You know it.
And so he has maracas, he has a xylophone, has all the things, and so he loves
sure.
music,
Yeah,
loves
good.
music, and
Keep
we'll
it
just put on
going.
music videos, and he'll just sit there and play with them and
So
sing
good.
his the amount this kid sings
Aw.
is pretty insane.
Well, that's pure joy right there.
Well, I mean, that's what we read. It's just like it's a sign of if your kid sings a lot around you, it's a sign of the trust in
Yeah.
his home that he has. That like he's completely safe. He's not being judged in any way,
true.
shape, or form. So kids who sing a lot, they feel like they're in a really safe place.
Yes.
And it was funny because last week with Myles being gone, we had all hands on deck with our friends over in case anything happened. And so I would say from like 9 to 7, we had a friend in our house most days.
Yes.
And Robin goes to bed around 7:30, but he always has to poop before he goes to bed because logistics. And so now it's at the point like, we'll let him go in there and you just let us know when you need help wiping because
Right.
he's not there yet. And so me and whoever was over would sit on the couch and he'd be in the bathroom pooping and he'll just sing like the top of it. And whoever was over is just looking at me like, this is every night.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I haven't recorded this yet, he's lucky, like just from our vantage point. Because
Yeah.
he's just in there pooping and singing and having the best
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
so all of our friends were so entertained
Yeah.
last
That is
week.
so
probably
great.
helps move things along for him.
Yeah.
Like hitting those high notes. It's
That's
like,
right.
Is that what I'm doing wrong?
you try and sing. That might help.
No,
move
because then
things
he's for
along.
sure going to come back there.
That's
I already
true.
don't get to use the bathroom
right.
in private.
Oh, yeah, that's alone time for moms, for sure. For parents, dads, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm
He
in the
gets
bathroom.
privacy.
Oh, I get mine.
He
yeah.
gets-
Do you?
I would
he leaves me alone.
love. I would
Because
love.
I'm very
Yeah.
boring. You walk in on me, I'm very boring. Like I'm just like, what do you? This morning, I mean, like
heard
he
him.
He came in through this morning, and I had just sat down, and I was just like, what are you doing, man? He's like, I'm hanging out, and he wanted to climb on me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
not right
Oh, yeah.
now.
That's his best
I'm
thing.
like, you want to go like lay in the bed with mommy? You can cuddle with her, and he's like, yeah. And then
Yeah.
he just ran back there. He slammed the bathroom door shut for me, and I was like, okay, I got a few minutes.
Yeah,
Here
I
we
heard
go.
the door shut and then the pitter patter, and I'm like, he's coming.
Here you go.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Oh yeah, we hear it. We hear that door slam and the little pitter patter of the feet down the hall. We know it's coming.
Yeah, but he
I'm
gets
thrilled for you guys.
he gets all the
Thank you.
privacy
Yeah.
for bathrooms, and I'll like go to our back room, and I'm like, maybe he'll leave me alone if I'm in the back of the house. Nope.
Nope.
No.
Not the case.
Moms are
And I'm
never
like,
off
what?
limits.
Where's Dad? In the living room. Go out there.
Right.
So,
If you could go back and tell your younger parenting self one thing, what would it be?
I think it would be, I don't know if I can narrow it to one, maybe a couple.
A couple,
One
that's fine. 2 or 3.
Always try and smile when your kid enters a room because they go on how they think you feel when they come into a room and how they think you feel when you see them.
Yeah.
And it's very important to let them know that they are your source of joy especially when they're really little, because that's what they're looking for. I think the other thing would be to remember that, you buy a kid a toy and they play with the box, that whole thing. So one thing about your life experiences, don't feel guilty about when you get time away from your kids, because you need that too. You need your refreshers. You need the time away to just check in with yourself. Don't feel guilty about that. That's a good part of their life too, because they need to know how that feels. And I think mainly to just remember that they will always remember the feelings of home as opposed to some of the specifics that you're worried about. The feeling of home will stick with them.
yeah. We've talked about it before of like, don't get so caught up in giving them a good life that you forget to give them a good day.
Right.
And I think there's so many things in our day to day where we're like, clean the kitchen or do this or send this email or whatever it is, that it's all happening instead of just sitting and being in the moment.
Kids
with
get
them.
everything so immediately right now. Some days just a chill day. We definitely with both of our kids have chill. What are we doing today? Nothing. We're not doing anything today.
hanging out.
We are just hanging out, chilling, eating, going out maybe to the backyard or wherever. We're not doing anything today, and they appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that. Because I think I've messed up in like I plan so much. And
Right.
now Robin's at this stage where like, what are we doing after breakfast? And then I'll
Yeah.
tell him. And then he's like, well, what are we doing after? And he'll go through the whole day. And I'm
Wants the
like,
whole
I
layout.
don't know.
And we're like, I don't know, kiddo.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
don't be afraid to say I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let it ride.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're not afraid to say I know. I
Yeah.
don't know in the house.
I don't know.
Well, and I'm just like at the point of like, I don't I get bad anxiety as it is that I don't want to think about what we're doing after dinner when it's breakfast.
Right.
Like let's enjoy breakfast
There you
instead.
go.
Let's talk about
Let's just
something
be
else.
here and
Yeah.
enjoy this as best we possibly can.
And so in answering that, it's helped me like remember like, okay, we don't need to have like a death grip on everything and let's just chill here.
One thing I think parenting, people talk about arguing in front of kids, or like when you guys need to work something out. And what we explain to our kids is, when you hear us arguing about something, and with disrespect, we're not in front of them going, we never did that.
Yeah.
But when we are arguing, it means we care enough to figure out what the problem is and to talk through it, and we're always going to be fine afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's what arguing is. Arguing isn't hating each other. Arguing is caring enough to figure it out so that all of us can be happy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think there's very few times that we've like had a disagreement in front of him, but I've always tried to make the conscious effort of like, if he's around to hear this part of it, I want to make sure he's around when we get to the resolution of it, so he can see it come full circle.
Exactly.
Instead of like waiting for the resolution after he goes to bed and he missed that part.
Yeah.
And see it done. I mean, like, it's a toot our own horn. See it done right. I mean, because I'm not afraid to say that, like, over the years, as we've grown as couples and parents, that, I mean, we've learned how to have those civil disagreements.
Yeah.
We don't want either of us to, we're not fighting to win.
Right.
Like, if you're fighting to win in a relationship, that means that one of you has got to be the loser.
Yeah.
And if you love the person you're with, why would you ever want them to feel like a loser?
Yeah.
So we're never fighting to win. Nothing gets resolved when you raise your voice ever. So if either one of us gets a little too hot under the collar about things like that, we stop and we go, I'm gonna go take a walk, or we gotta do something. Let's circle back around to this in an hour or two when we've got a little bit more time. So that way we can have cooler heads that prevail.
One thing I did generationally that I thought was very important, I was raised, because of my age, where you hit your children a lot, where, and I was definitely abused by my mom a whole bunch. And I made the conscious decision to not do that, to make it stop here. And the feedback and the flack I got from my cousin, you have to hit your kids. I'm like, no, you don't. You have to figure it out and understand them. It was a huge move. It was like I, did something bad. But for me, it was important enough to not have my kids afraid of me.
Yes.
I didn't want that because I was afraid of my mom. And I didn't want my kids looking at me with fear. Respect, yes, maybe a little, shouldn't have pushed that far, but not fear where they felt like they're going to be hurt.
Yeah, there's a difference between being fearful and knowing that there is an octave.
And there's a boundary. And
There
this
is a
about to
level
happen.
that they can reach.
Yeah.
And I think it's good for them to see that enacted and demonstrated minimally away from them. And so, like, I had a situation that happened a couple weeks ago. We won't get into details about it. I had to have a very loud phone call in the back bedroom. And he had never in almost 4 years heard me get to that level. He did not know Dada had that level.
Right.
And so he was with her in the bathroom and he heard me on the call in the back room. And he just looked at her just like, is that the same guy?
Right.
And so he hugged her and she's just like, it's okay. He's good. And I came back out and was cool. We were good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, man. It's all good. I handled it, so we're all good. But it's like, he's never, ever even gotten remotely close to where I've touched that gear with him, and nor do I ever want to. I never want to get to a point where we got to get like that, where it's rah-rah. Because I don't want him to be afraid of me.
I don't want that. But we also have to honor cultural differences too. My husband is half Mexican, half Italian. I'm black, and we loud. And it's not necessarily negative loud. It's just we're loud. That's how we process stuff, right? We are a loud family. We play loud. We fight loud. We do all that loud. But we do it with intention of the family being good. And that's what our kids take away from that.
Well, and I think there's a way that your kids can figure out you don't play without instilling fear in them. And so it's finding that like boundary, because we've even talked about it before where like if Robin's yelling or super mad about something, yelling at him to calm down or not be angry what does that show?
that
Now
teach 'em?
I'm angry and you're angry, but I'm telling you not to be angry while I'm angry.
Right.
Or the
Yeah.
kid hits somebody and you hit them to teach them not
Yeah.
to hit.
Oh,
and
God.
it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I definitely did not want to do that.
Or
Yeah.
the generation of
Yeah.
like, you're crying and it's like, I'll give you
You
something to cry about. And
You
I'm
know
like, but
I
I'm
know.
already
You're
crying.
What-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need, that'll just exacerbate this
Yeah.
whole situation.
Exactly.
Like, so yeah, it is. But I do see like, I think we see the moments where generations pass where I'm like, this is where they hit them. Okay. Like you see it happen.
Parenting, yeah, you can see it. Parenting is a dance you do to the music in your own head.
It was funny because this happened a few weeks ago and I put it in my act now of how he definitely has ADHD. But I know that I'm on the good parenting track because the good thought comes up first and
Yeah.
the loudest.
Yes.
And so I was lecturing him about like, you can't jump off of the arm of the couch
Right.
onto the couch or onto the floor. That's just a wobbly spot. I don't want you doing that. Did you hear me? Do you understand? To which he said, blankets are soft. And my immediate thought was, you can't hit him.
Right, right. That's not what I said.
And so I'm just like, okay, this is one of those moments.
Yes.
Where that's what would happen, but not in this household. We can't.
Right.
And so, like, yeah, we see the moments
And they
where
will
it happens
test you
for
over
sure.
the years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They got to test the boundary to
They
see where
do.
the cracks are in the armor.
Well, and I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
what's also been important because we don't raise our voice to him really
We don't.
is in the times that we do, he knows it's for safety.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like,
Yeah.
no, don't do that. Somebody or you are going to get hurt.
hurt,
And
yeah.
so when he hears that, now he knows it's a safety thing as opposed to an in trouble
Yeah.
thing, like not going into the street or whatever the thing is, because now that voice is only just for safety reasons.
Because we'll bring him down and talk to him just about like, hey man, like we can't do this.
Right.
Let's try and work on doing this. I know you want to do this, but and so yeah, we're always in the conversation of explaining ourselves, redirecting, never letting because be the final word in the answer. You know, it's just like why? Because I said
Because,
so. Like,
yeah.
and it's just like that doesn't work out. We got to give an actual explanation, and so I will over explain everything to him.
Our daughter, who's 28, is a special needs young woman. And what that boils down to basically is that her reading level is at a second or third grade level. So that's very challenging in this society.
Yeah.
But she makes her way. She considers herself a fairy on the planet. And she makes her way through being empathetic and loving and fun. And, you know, I get people, are you Cassie's mom? I'm like, yes, I am. And they know that because Cassie dropped them off a gift or she did this and that. And so it's about, some people don't talk about their special needs kids, but I talk about her because it's about her knowing that this planet has plenty of room for her.
Yes.
And all that she does or doesn't do.
Yes.
Like I always told her, no one will ever be angry at you for not being able to read something, do something right. But I will never let you be disrespectful or not a good citizen or not a good person to other people.
Yes.
That's the line.
Yes.
And that's the human line. All that other stuff of intellect and those kind of things, those are things we can work with.
Yes.
So I think that's very important. I wanted to put that out there for parents of special needs
Yeah.
kids too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there's plenty of room on this planet for your babies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's so important. But, and like you said, like the education stuff like that can be taught, that can be worked on.
Yeah.
There's only so much. You can't really teach empathy. Like
That's
you
right.
can try and practice it in front of your kids and
That's
hope
right.
that they
They pick
get
it up.
it.
Yeah.
But you can't teach it.
That's
and that's
correct.
just something that has to happen over time. Where,
And
yeah.
to acknowledge that you know that about them and you appreciate that about them goes a long, long way.
Empathy is the energy of the household.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Well, and it's so important because I forgot who I was. We had so many friends over last week, but I was talking to one of them because everybody is always talking about how cute Robin is, and he is 110%. But now he knows it so much, and so I've been
Right.
trying to make a point to like talk about like his heart,
Yes.
and like
Yes.
I always call him a sweet boy, but like trying to talk about characteristics that aren't just
right.
aesthetics.
Yes, my son is extremely handsome, and people that his whole childhood that's all he heard. And I said, I just want you to understand something about good looks. Good looks are a fun thing. You can't control them. You don't know if you're going to get them or whatever, and they will sometimes get you things in life. They'll also get you some not so good things.
Yes.
But here's the bottom line: a pretty face is not a pretty heart.
Yes.
And you have to understand that pretty comes from the inside first, because even some pretty people, we don't like them.
No.
Yeah.
But it's because their inside is not good.
Yeah.
So the pretty faces might be nice right now, but remember that could go in a minute for all kinds of reasons.
Oh yeah.
Including just getting old, right?
You may not know the
You may
orange is
not know.
moldy until you bite into it.
That's right. So just remember that pretty is as pretty does.
Yeah.
It's an inside job.
Yeah, it is.
And so that's why I think it's been so important, like in everybody, but just telling your kids, like, yeah, you are cute. You are, whatever the aesthetic is, but like in here, here. And so I'll compliment him when he does a nice thing or a sweet thing or anything.
That's
because
gotta
that
show
needs to
through.
go further
Yeah.
than, because you tell him he's cute. He's like, I know. And I'm like, okay, let's work on humble. But
Yeah.
until then,
let's work on thank you.
yes. Yeah. That's what I've been like, okay, no. But we got to say thank you. Don't just take it and run with it.
He's affirming. He's like, I am.
I am somebody.
You are.
Yeah. So that's been so important. And like you were talking about with your daughter of the sweet things and gifts and everything she's doing, that has to be highlighted all the time, no matter the age.
That's right.
Because you also don't know, like for anybody who's always giving to people, they might not get that, like to hear that a lot. And so it really is important that if you see something, like good or bad, to say something because those good things don't always get
Yeah.
recognized.
And the parental injunction is very strong. Go with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it be good for your kids. You guys are doing great.
Thank you.
You're so
We're trying
welcome.
really hard.
Well, it shows. Yeah, Robin is just, and I can't wait for River.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
Me too. She's in the middle of firecracker. But.
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah, with the way she's moving in there now, it's just like the faces she makes all day. Just, I'm like, what is she doing? She's like, her head's in a place and her feet are in my rib cage.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
what. Okay,
Yeah.
have fun.
Her head's hitting my pelvic bone and her feet are just up here.
Up
so
here.
That's
So,
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rearranging things.
That's right.
Well, any other questions you have for Diane before we ride off? Into the
I had the
sunset?
one. If your kids had to give you a Yelp review as a parent, how do you think your grandkids' Yelp review would be different?
I don't know. That would be very different because I was raised in such a matter of fact way. Like the difference in being raised in a matriarchy as opposed to a patriarchy is that the way that those women always ran a household is, everybody sits down and you go, what do you like to do? I like to garden. I like to cook. I like to clean. I hate to do this. So when a woman tells you, in a house of a matriarch that they like to do something, then they do it really good because they told you they like to do it,
Yeah.
and that's their thing.
That's the thing.
Right? And so it makes a very strong thing happen.
Yeah.
And so that's how I've always kind of parented. And luckily, I met a man who's was really willing to understand and see that part of me, which was if you walk, you sweep. If you eat, you clean dishes. These are very matter of fact things. They don't have to be character judgments or anything like that. And so if I say to you, please pick that up, you pick up, then that's what you do. We just keep it going. And I think my grandkids know exactly the same thing. I don't think there would be a very big difference. I don't dote on them any more than I dote on my kids because I spoil my kids as much as I could, and not make them silly putty. Right. So I'm doing the same with my grandkids,
I love
fun
that.
little things from grandma and grandpa, and they know what we feel about them and how much we love them, and they're right there.
I love that.
Yeah, I think it would be about the same.
I love that you were saying, like, essentially there's no, like, gender roles. Like,
No.
everybody's doing everything.
Oh yeah,
And-
we're all making this work,
Yeah.
and everybody's got things that are their strong point. I didn't grow up with men, so I didn't know that men dripped in front of the toilet. I didn't know that. So when I learned that from husband and son, I was like, I'm done cleaning bathrooms. That's yours now,
That's
and I
yours now.
haven't cleaned. Done.
Oh yeah.
Like so, there's
That's why
some
I sit
things.
down when I pee.
Hey, you're a bigger man than most.
I mean, Robin does too.
He does, and now it's like that weird part of like when we're going on road trips, though. It's really important for him to know how to stand and pee
Yeah.
because public bathrooms aren't
Yo,
made
you
for
wanna
toddlers.
sit? That's
They're
right.
not.
That's
and
right.
so I told him, I'm like, that's on. I
Yeah.
can't teach him.
yeah, exactly.
So y'all figure it out together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I think everybody being an equal partner in a lot of things in the household makes everybody feel good.
it's a team.
We never had arguments over who's done the poopy diaper or this or that. That's not an
Yeah,
argument. It's just
no.
it was there, So
If you're able to
Yeah.
help, like, we
Yeah.
don't have the gender roles in our household. It's just like, well, the man does this and the woman. No. Are you able to do the diaper? Do the diaper. Are you able to feed? Do that. Are you nights
Yeah.
that I'm able to cook and clean? I
Yeah.
will cook and clean as best that I possibly can. Like, So yeah, it's just like whatever I am able to do.
And those are the
I will
feelings
do.
that your kids will remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and even Robin's like, now he's noticed it's not like mommy's kitchen or like any,
Right.
like it's everybody's kitchen.
the
because
kitchen.
We're
Yeah,
all
it's-
helping in
yeah.
it. And so, yeah, I think that's important.
Yes.
I had a random silly question
Okay.
between what you just said and earlier.
Sure.
With nothing to do with parenting. I just think
right.
it's funny. With being the Pine Sol lady and all the eyes on you, like especially in the 90s, did people judge the cleaning supplies that you bought in the store?
Did they ever see on the conveyor belt that it was anything other than Pine Sol?
Well, interestingly enough, just so we're up to date, I am still their spokesperson.
You're still the Pine Sol.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So this is 32. In October, it'll be 32 years.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And I think, first of all, they don't have no way to know what I got in my house. Now, if they're at the store, you know, I get free Pine Sol and I get all that stuff. I have coupons for it.
Yeah.
So for years at Comedy Day, I used to pass out coupons for good jokes or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so coupons have gone the way. So now there's different ways online.
Yeah.
So I don't buy a whole lot of cleaning products, you know, at the store. But no one's ever said anything. Thanks
Like,
goodness.
it's not clean? Like
Clorox?
Although I have embarrassed a couple of people, like I see them, they got like Fabuloso or something, and I go, oh, and I go, you know what? Here, and I give them a coupon, and I go, I'll put this back for you, and they go, oh my God, it's the Pine Sol lady. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm like,
You just walk away with it. That's the power of Pine
I
Sol.
and give them, and they go back and get the Pine Sol. So I've had that happen. I've had young men stop me in the store and they're talking to me, you know, and I'm standing in front of Lady Products.
Yeah.
And we've been standing there so long, they finally realized that I was really just trying to get some tampons. But now we're up here talking and he go, oh, hey man. Okay. All right. We love you, Pine Sol lady. All right, bye. And they were like leaving because they're like, she trying to shop.
Just let her get her stuff.
Let
back.
her get her stuff. But no judgment in general. People are so kind and so
Okay.
sweet.
But I love that you could talk people out of it. That's
Oh,
unique.
yeah.
So funny.
Yeah,
Oh
for sure.
my God. Just
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
like your cleaning products getting taken off the belt and you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go swap this out.
Yeah,
with you.
here's the coupon. Go
You'll
get
be
some
okay.
Pine
Do
Sol.
yourself a favor.
Yeah. Definitely have done that.
That's amazing.
That was my last question.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, Diane, thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
for the
pleasure.
podcast. Is there anything that you would like to promote, or how can people follow you online and all that fun stuff?
So I'm a computer dinosaur. I have some great gigs coming up. September 9th, I'll be at the Throckmorton.
Hey.
And I mentioned that I'm doing storytelling now, which is fabulous. I
Amazing.
absolutely love it. And even in my stand-up, I'm more of a storyteller than a joke comic
Yeah, yeah,
anyway. So basically, the genre has come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really having a great time. So September 9th, I'm at the Throckmorton.
In Mill Valley.
In
Yeah.
Mill Valley, telling a story that was one of those phenomenal days in my entire life. And the other woman that was in that same day, she's here in town, so we're going to tell it together.
Oh, that's so
That's going to be
exciting.
amazing. Then, of course, September 14th is Comedy Day.
Yes.
Yes.
September 28th, I'm performing with Will Durst and Daya.
Oh my goodness.
You can say her last name. I've heard you do it.
Oh, that Dia last try. It's
Yeah,
been
I have to
years.
see it.
It's been years.
I have to
I have
see
to
it.
see it, and then I can say it.
Did the host practice?
but she's amazing. So we're doing a show at the Eclectic Box on Valencia Street on September 28th.
Beautiful.
So those are couple places you can see me.
Beautiful. Awesome.
And
I love it.
I am loving the storytelling. It is so powerful. We're being lied to on a grand scale.
Yes.
And so I think people really appreciate true stories.
Yes.
And I am also performing regularly at Deer Park Villa with Don Reed and his crew. And I'll tell you, it's the most beautiful venue. And so Facebook is where you can find my gigs. That's where I post them.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Beautiful. I love
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely.
Catch all those shows.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
podcast.
you.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. Like, subscribe, share, sound off in the comments, all that fun stuff. This has been the Two Tired Parents podcast. I'm Myles Weber,
I'm Heather Weber.
and we will see y'all next time.
Bye.